Hello and welcome to video number 2 of the day. I've actually just got back from my run, 5k in the rain. It was horrific. I try and do 5k a day. But yeah, let's go on to the video. Proof coins, are they worth it? Part 2. Well, in my first video I addressed silver proof coins and the answer was yes, they're worth it to collectors. No, they're not worth it to investors if bought at the wrong price. Now let's look at gold coins. I find gold coins for me work better when they're proof, and the reason they work better for me is because of how I buy them. I don't tend to buy proof coins new, not in gold. I wouldn't go to, say, the Royal Mint. I wouldn't buy off them usually. If you're buying proof gold coins new, you're running the gauntlet. Some series will fly. Just look at the 2017 proof sovereign. I think it was 430 on release, and they're easily 6, 7, maybe £800 coins. I haven't got my finger on the pulse for the price, but you would have made money on them. I sat on the sideline of them thinking, in the end, I had to wait, and I paid more for them. I've owned 4 in total. I moved 3 on to collectors. I think one was in Germany, one was in Ireland, I think one was in the UK. But yeah, I want to show you some proof coins. I've already showed you the Delightful 5 Sov. I'm not showing you that today because I don't have it on me. But I want to start off with this coin. This is a 2009 quarter sovereign. It's boxed but with no COA. This is not the type of coin you should be buying if you're buying proofs. It's overpriced. There's a very, very limited market. It's very gimmicky. I would only buy this type of coin if the price was fantastic. In fact, I bought this, actually I got this in a trade with a guy I deal with quite often, who we had a falling out recently because he was very cheeky to me. But it's all good with me after a pint probably at some point. It was super cheap. Will I be able to move it on? That's another question. So if I'm buying this type of proof coin, I want it for next to nothing because finding a collector for it is very difficult. And if I want to move it on to an investor, I need to cut the prices very, very harshly just to move it on. So for example, I think these coins are like £100 on eBay. You take out fees, you're looking at 10 plus 3%, and then delivery is going to be £4. It soon adds up, and your margin soon takes a tumble on them. So this type of proof coin is probably a no-no. Let's take a look at another proof coin. This is a 2006 quarter ounce proof Brit. Now I picked this up for spot plus 3. That's what I tend to pay for my proof coins. I will go to a bullion dealer. I'll say, what you got that you don't want, or what's in, or I'll phone them up. Like I've mentioned Hand Garden before, where you can phone them up and ask what coins they got in. I do that consistently, probably on most days. I'm actually on first name basis with them. They hate me, most probably. I always chance it with these coins because if I'm paying for a quarter, I will price a quarter up at, say, at current prices. I know gold's taken a bit of a kick in recently, but the last price I had it up for would have been 270, 275, and for bullion I probably would have had it at 260 delivered. So these coins are great because I can take a gamble on buying blind and I can still make an extra few pounds on it, maybe £10, maybe £15, depending on the quality. It won't have the box, but you can move it on for more than a bullion coin because it's not bullion, not by any stretch of imagination. It's very nice to look at. You could probably send it to the States or to get graded at NGC, or you could send it to Paris if you want to go with the other company. I haven't used the other company actually. The name is eluding me at the moment. So yeah, this is the type of coin that you want to be buying in proof, because even if you buy it at the price I sell it, you can still get it graded and there's potential uplift in the price. Let's move on to coin number 3. This, you saw the quintuple. This is the half proof 2005 sovereign. Halves are very good to move on because of the price. So I've got this priced at about 140, 145. It may be less. It will maybe go for less when I start talking to regular customers of mine. it's great because I can get this in for maybe 120, so the price of a Sov, and then I can make an easy £10 on it. But these won't go out of fashion, especially being of special design, and proof sovereigns tend to sell well because it's my home market. Great coin. If you can pick it up for those prices, or even if you pick it up at the mint, this is the type of coin you want to be taking a risk on if you are an investor. And if you're a collector, they're fantastic. Buy them all day long. Buy as many as you can afford. Now these coins I want to highlight specifically because they show variety and robustness of how my system works. So, for example, I paid Spot Plus 3 for these originally. I sold these to a collector, and he said to me, "Oh, Sean, I want to liquidate them. I've got a very important business deal I want to transact." And I said to him, I was like, "Okay, but I am a dealer. There has to be something in it for me. You probably will get more on eBay." And he said to me, "That's okay, Sean. You've always looked after me. Pay me what you think is fair." Okay, fair enough. So I sold him a 10th proof of Krugerrand 50-year anniversary. I picked up a quarter. I don't know. There's no mark on the cap. I don't know what that is. Now this one has a slight scratch, and it has finger marks over it, which is unfortunate. It's a very, very nice coin. It's not in the original cap either. And you have this one. It's also a quarter. It's perfect. Absolutely perfect. This gives me a lot of scope, and I'll explain why. So I originally bought this as Spot Plus 3, so I made money. I think I sold the 10th for 150. They're about 200 on eBay. I sold one of the quarters, the one finger marks and scratch on it. So I did that for, originally I did it for 250. I chucked it in at cost. It cost me 250 and I sold it for 250 purely because of how much he bought off me. It was a large transaction. And the one that's perfect I sold for 350 to him, which I thought was fair. I thought that's a fair price. You look on eBay, they're selling between 4 and 450 for a proof of box and a COA. Now with a coin like this, you can just send it off and get it graded. There's no problem with that. So I ended up buying it back off him for 300. So he's taken a small kicking from me. And I said to him, I was like, "You should sell it elsewhere. I'll always be honest with my customers." And there's a lot of them that they will buy from me and they say, "Oh, I've changed my mind. Can I sell it back?" And I'm like, "Yeah, can I trade? A trade will be a better deal for you. You'll get better value than me offering you cash." A lot of them will do that. A lot of them say, "Okay, I'll take a trade. I want to go into bullion silver for weight, or I'm changing my collection. Do you have any collector's coins? Can you swap it for?" And I'll say, "Yeah, I'd prefer to do a trade because I sleep easy at night doing that. I don't want to be known as a shyster or someone who's conning people out of money. That's not what I'm about. I am a capitalist, but I believe in fairness of the system." So, but yeah, why these coins are great for a collector or investor. So if you can buy it for Spot Plus 3, you're laughing all the way to the bank. You're in the money already, and that's the position you want to be in. Even if you can't sell it, you have a store of value that's locked in. So, and you can always go on to slashing prices. So for a coin like this, say it's worth 350, I'll turn around and say on Facebook, I'll say, "Well, it's worth 450 with a box. I paid 300 for it. I want to get rid of it quickly. I'll put it down to 325. That's still 20, maybe £20 profit for not a lot of work." And if you're a bullion dealer and you're selling gold, you're going to be making tiny percentages on gold. This is the type of coin where you can make easy percentages for not a lot of work, and they look fantastic. Like collectors coins, proof coins are fantastic. So are gold coins worth it? I've gone a bit of a ramble, I'm sorry. Are gold coins worth it? Yes, I think they are if you buy correctly. You don't want to be messing around with coins that are not from strong mints. You don't want to be messing around with very faddy coins. A few exceptions, like the Mickey Mouse stuff, tends to do very well. Sorry, and Star Wars and stuff like that. These are what I call crossover coins. So usually you've got a very select bunch of people who buy and sell coins. You've got collectors, you've got investors, and you've got people who will buy them as a gift. And the people who buy as a gift tend to be people who are not really interested so much in coins, but they know someone who's interested in, say, Star Wars, and they'll buy a Star Wars coin. I had some Darth Vader's coins, and I had some Stormtrooper coins, and they sold very, very well, very well. And the price doesn't matter so much on them. So if you get lucky and you buy into a theme, it can be very lucrative. If you buy coins such as wedding themed coins, or a market that's very, very narrow or very niche, the price tends to revert to spot plus, and you're gonna take a kicking. You will take a real kicking. So yeah, stick to strong themes. Preferably stick to smaller sizes. The larger you go, the even lesser of a market. So it's very easy for someone to come up with, say, 120, 130 pounds. Very easy. Can someone come up with £1,000, £1,500, £2,000? Oh yeah, I know people who they throw around £5 grand, but there's less of them. So your typical person will be looking at buying, say, maybe 10 ounces of silver, so about 150, maybe £200, or they'll be buying a sovereign or a half sovereign. There's a lot of people that will simply just buy a half sovereign. So you need to think about who your market is when you're buying these collector's coins. If the coin is just for you and you don't intend to sell it on, pay what you want. The value you derive from it will be the joy that the coin gives you, not the future sale price when you gift it to someone, or say you pass on and you leave them collection. If you're someone who uses coins as a way of savings and you need money fast, these are not the type of coins for you in gold or silver. You want to be sticking with the most liquid items. So in the UK, it is sovereigns, so half sovereigns, full sovereigns. It will be silver Brits. In America, I presume it will be the Eagle, etc., etc., wherever you go in the world. So that is my response to, are proof coins worth it? Take care.